Now, I have full respect for doctors, yeah, truly I do, because I have many friends who are doctors and I know that they go through a lot of trouble. They go through a lot of hard work, a lot of hardship, a lot of studies to become doctors, yeah. So mostly doctors are good in their field, yeah, whether they are pediatricians or whether they are GP or MO in a hospital, yeah. I believe they deserve their position. They deserve the title doctor. They work very hard for it, yeah. And I honor and I thank you for it. Yeah. What I would like to actually encourage all doctors to actually to actually gain information and knowledge on breastfeeding, because we know that breastfeeding is not disease, and doctors usually study about diseases and diagnosis and treatment, yes, and we know that breastfeeding is not a disease. So breastfeeding is something that is touched upon maybe in your medical school, but not really dwelt into, not really into in-depth knowledge are not done in depth into breastfeeding. And it upsets and saddens me that a lot of doctors do not put breastfeeding as priority. And this is a call out to all my friends, doctors, or doctors who are not my friend yet, doctors who might be parents themselves in future, whether male or female, whether you're going to be a dad or a mom, that you take time to really look into breastfeeding, because breastfeeding saves lives. And you become a doctor because I believe most of the time when I ask somebody, why do you want to be a doctor? Most of them never say things like, oh, because I want to make a lot of money. I don't care how I made it by my. I have never heard a single answer like that. Most of the time they say, oh, it's because I'm passionate about people. I'm passionate about saving life. It's what my interest in, to help another human being and to look at the disease and then cure a human being, yeah, another human, and that gives them a lot of meaning in life. But then when it comes to breastfeeding, yeah, when a patient goes to a doctor with breastfeeding issues, a lot of time, unfortunately, because the knowledge and the information is not deep enough, doctors feel sad for the suffering mother, and the doctor give advice like stop breastfeeding, formula is just as good. But the truth is research based, yeah, science based truth is that formula milk is not as good as breast milk, can never be. In fact, formula milk creates a lot of problems. Formula milk creates a lot of negative side effects in the child, and not only in the child, but as the child grows into adult and even into later years, yeah, there's a lifelong impact. So my plea to you doctors is please do try to get as much information of breastfeeding as possible. But if you can't because you don't have time, you're too busy doing other things, I understand, then point them to the right people. There are a lot of people like me, breastfeeding consultants, lactation counselors, breastfeeding counselors, who are very, very interested and very, very willing to help all these mothers. So for a baby who has maybe low weight gain, for example, or mothers who are suffering from painful nipples, painful lash, a baby who's crying very often, and they go and see you and you are the best person to advise them, please send them to a breastfeeding consultant for support and for help. Yeah, because we understand breastfeeding is not an illness, and therefore perhaps it's not in your capacity, in your ability to help this mother, but we can. Yeah, but it doesn't take away anything from you. It doesn't it's just that we play different roles. Yeah. And to other doctors who might want to learn more about breastfeeding, there's a lot of channels for you to learn. You can contact me perhaps, and I will show you. I can point you to the right direction in learning about breastfeeding. I don't mean to hit out on you. I just want us to work together, because there's certainly a lot of babies. A lot of mothers who got pointed in the wrong direction for jaundice, for low birth weight, and the first information, the first thing a doctor asks the mother to do is to stop breastfeeding and to give formula milk, or a doctor who say yes, continue to breastfeed, but at the same time you have to top up with formula milk, which is actually very detrimental to the breastfeeding success rate. So let us help these mothers instead.
If you have enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe and share it with all your friends. If you would like to sponsor and support my work to help more families, you can do so through Patreon. My Patreon link is as listed in the description below. Thank you so much. Have a great day.